Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Game Chat with Tom and Lucas. I'm your boy, Tom. Next to me is my wonderful co-host.
Your boy Lucas.
And we are back for another week of fun and exciting video game chat and topics. Just a little bit of housekeeping. We have been, really thinking of cool ways to imbue the Instagram with more interactive content as we go about trying to grow and trying to garner more of a response from our fans of just how to make this more fun for you guys as listeners. So we're considering new ways to figure out how to do that, but in order for us to do that, you of course have to be following at GameChat_Tom Lucas on Instagram, and of course from there you can follow us on Spotify, hit up our Anchor, go to our link tree that will have pretty much everywhere you can find us, including our YouTube channel, at which you should like and subscribe. What's been going on with you, Lucas? How you been doing? What you been up to this week? I'll get into my experience, which was shown in full on our Instagram, but I want to hear what's been going on with you, my friend.
Didn't have nearly a eventful week as you had, my friend.
That was like a day, to be fair. But
yeah, but you were feeling that in the day's post, I'm sure. We'll get into that in a bit, but yeah, not too much new to report on my end. Work's been a killer, man. Just has me feeling real tired and not able to find the energy to game during my work week. So a lot of that's coming on the days off, but still engaged and still a good time. New stuff every day, so enjoying that aspect of it. But yeah, kind of same old stuff.
That's good to hear. A routine is important. Helps us sift through the mundane a little bit. We just got to find more things to imbue said routine with, like making a shit ton of chicken wings and putting really spicy sauce on them. Yes, folks, I underwent the infamous Hot Ones challenge. It was a time. I'll try to keep it short on this. Pretty much my whole experience of that was thrown up on Instagram. What you think of that, Lucas? I know you saw some of that.
I watched that on my work break, Super Bowl Sunday, and really kept me entertained. I loved how you just looked more and more distraught as you progress through the Hot Ones challenge.
It was dude.
The picture of the 10th level was I felt bad for you, but I also had a chuckle. So thank you for that content.
Oh, of course, bro. And I gotta be honest, like if to give my quick review, 1 through 5, that ain't shit. Okay, people, that ain't shit. And I am not a good person when it comes to spicy foods by any means, but that wasn't bad. Easily 3, 4, and 5 were the tastiest hot sauces of the 10. Shout out to Melons and Hot Sauce, and also shout out to Los Calientes and First We Feast for making that number 5 sauce, which was definitely had some kick to it, but it was like best one. 6 was also delicious. It was a chocolate hot sauce. It was interesting, but the heat punched you in the face with that one, took it up a little bit, and then 7 through 10 are just fuck you hot. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. It's terrible. It's not fun. I had chills at the end. Everything north of my shoulders was leaking. I was drooling. I was crying. I had my nose running. I was sweating from my head and my cheeks, but I was also cold in the rest of my body. And then like the entire come down, I swear to God, like my hairline, it felt like I had a really, really intense bad sunburn on my hairline. Like even when I would like touch it, I was like, ow. Like the come down was rough. Not as rough as Joe Burrow's performance, but it was pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But yeah, definitely You know what the best part of that is by far is that I have all of the sauces still. I still have more. So someday, you and I will be ordering some wings
Oh my gosh.
and doing it again. Because now I know I can do it. Now I know I can do it. You have to do it. Anything for the content, as they'd say.
Thank you for roping me into this, Tom. I really wasn't expecting.
Not giving you a choice because unfortunately I don't have a choice because I still have like pretty much half a bottle of every single sauce. So we sauce those things generously. That's what I did this weekend, last weekend, Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah, otherwise just been playing a lot of Mario Kart. Getting very excited for the DLC pack, and me and Paige has just been crushing Mario Kart. You know, nothing been too crazy in terms of gaming. That's what's been going on with us, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we've been up to. That's what we've been playing. Lucas, you said you've still been going with Skyrim.
There was. I haven't. I'm gonna be honest with you, Tom. I have not touched a video game this week. It's work's just got me. I come home and I'm just going straight to bed.
Hey man, you get home at like midnight plus, so it's probably a good idea.
It is. But then I've noticed that even if I get 8 hours, just because I'm kind of on my feet all day doing physical exploits, still not feeling well rested. So I end up just sleeping a decent portion on those days that I do work. So, but I do have the 3 days off, so I'll definitely fit some gaming in over the next couple of days here.
Got to do what you got to do, You'll make it. You'll make it. Just like how in the news, folks.
I already hate this transition. But please continue.
Unlike how in the news, folks, the up and coming, very much excited for Last of Us TV show that will be coming to HBO Max will not be making it this year.
What a shock.
Yeah. Can't say I'm too surprised about this one, but nothing like, whatever. They want to film, they want to try to make it better. I'm never going to get mad at a delay because hopefully it just is making the product better. Know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's one thing that's been going down the news, but another thing that I saw that I definitely want to bring up, Lucas. I don't know if you're aware, but 2022 is going to be year of Sonic. It's going to be the year of the Sonic. They got a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog IP in the works, and including, but not limited to, of course, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the movie. They've already said that a third movie is in development. They've already said they are giving Knuckles, voiced by Idris Elba, his own spin-off television series on Paramount Plus. I know that Sonic, also from the movie starring Ben Schwartz, will also be getting his own television series on Paramount Plus. And then over on Netflix, they are also doing another Sonic the Hedgehog show called Sonic Prime. I think that one is going to be like an animated TV show. And then, of course, you have Sonic Frontiers, which is like easily the most anticipated, talked about game of the year that will be dropping later around the holiday season. So Sonic's taking over, Lucas, and I don't know. As a day one Sonic fan, I'm pretty excited for it.
Sonic has been trying to take over for quite some time, Tom, and they have just frequently missed the bar. So I don't know, maybe
bar.
in terms of games, at least.
I'm not gonna disagree. Okay.
Maybe Sonic was meant to be a movie franchise / TV show series, so that might be their home.
It's just a big IP, It's just a big giant, like multi-billion, maybe not multi-billion, billion. I don't know the numbers. I don't know the numbers on Sonic, folks, but you know, we'll see. Get a lot of Sonic coming and a lot of Sonic to look forward to. Um, yeah. What else have you been seeing in the news? I saw that a certain game came out with a new patch, a new update that kind of might help us roll right into what we're going to be discussing today here on Game Chat.
Wow, these transitions, man.
I'm working on them, bro. I'm really working on them.
Yes, as Tom was alluding to, the infamous Cyberpunk 2077 has a new patch, a big old patch that has arrived, and it is aimed to fix a lot of the issues that were prevalent upon the release. Mainly, the AI functioning in a more of an intelligent instead of an artificial way, and just a ton of other stuff. I believe it might depend on console, but I think it's like 43 gigs, that's pretty sizable. We're seeing this a lot more now with games that get released, and then within a pretty decent period of time, they get that big old patch that fixes a lot of the problems that are upon release. A lot of games getting released half finished, and then they get finished later on.
I mean, what's up
So,
with that, bro? What's up with that?
dude, I don't know. It's becoming a trend for sure within the last couple of years. That's why, like, I mean, I don't pre-order stuff unless I'm feeling like incredibly confident
Mm-hmm.
for that reason, just because I know a lot of people have gotten kind of screwed over. Uh, just with I mean, a bunch of games within the last couple of years have come out and then gotten kind of worked on and then re-released. So, but I don't
Yeah.
know if it's good. I mean, Cyberpunk obviously was really promising. If this is like the first of a couple patches and they're not just like done working on it, it could be pretty promising.
It's a pretty sizable one. It's 50 gigabytes, folks. And it's all, not only is it, just this huge patch that is supposed to fix everything, they're also releasing next gen console versions. So you can now get Cyberpunk on Series X and PS5. So, there's a huge change to a lot of things. Like a big thing that they're implementing with it as well is they're reworking the perk system, like the skill trees throughout the game, like pretty significantly. And those who are transferring their saves over into the new after the new patch are getting their they're essentially just getting a free respec because they're taking some skills completely right out of the game while others they're changing a lot. I hear particularly the knife throwing is really good now. Now knives are basically boomerangs, apparently, is one thing I read about. Full disclosure, folks, I have not played this game. I kind of had a feeling Cyberpunk 2077 wasn't going to really be the second coming of video games like it promised to be. And plus, I don't know, I just genuinely wasn't that interested in it. So I never ended up getting it, but I might end up trying it now because another thing they're including with this patch is just a general, I don't know if it's specifically spec to the next gen consoles or what, but you can now play the first 5 hours of that game like totally free. They're giving you a trial to basically be like, hey, we know we have a game that's a hot contested issue. Let's let you try it for free to see if you like it before you spend the money on it. Cyberpunk is only one of these games that we'll come to talk about in today's show, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk a lot about games similar to Cyberpunk, aren't we, Lucas?
Yes, one might say that's the topic of today's episode. So, in honor of Cyberpunk, quote unquote, fixing itself, we wanted to look at some other games that were underwhelming or just plain trash upon release, and see if said games have taken the route of Cyberpunk and tried to atone for those mistakes, maybe have some updates or patches that fix some of those launch issues, or if pardon my French, the games are still dog shit and just were released, took their money and ran. Or in some cases, if they tried to make changes and improvements, but just failed miserably. So that's kind of what we're looking at today to kind of see if, because again, this seems to be a common theme where games just come out and they're either not finished or they don't have what they said they were going to have in terms of content, and how, they go from there. So it's an unfortunate state of gaming for even the like AAA studios where it's just getting some unfinished products. So I don't know why this is happening pretty frequently, but that's unfortunately where we are in the gaming world today.
Yeah, folks, there's a lot of games out here like this that are basically some stayed bad, others have turned it quite around. You know, I'll start off with one that I particularly want to talk about. Depending on who you talk to, could be mistaken for another game. It is a very controversial game at launch that has caused a lot of discourse in and about the gaming world, even to the extent of political legislation being brought up. And that game is EA and DICE's Star Wars Battlefront 2. The new one, of course, not the old one back on the PS2. But essentially, that game, terrible launch.
Yes, I do. I do know what you're talking about. I know one of the bigger complaints was like the loot boxes, and like a lot of pay to win stuff where there's perks that allow you to play as the heroes and villains faster, which is like unfortunate since that seems like a fun part of the game. The original Battlefront saga had a better system for that than the modern EA Dice
I mean,
version.
like the game itself, like we won't get into too much of a debate about that, as I'm here to tell you that this game has made a complete rebound. It's gone
Oh
from,
wow.
yes, this is what I'm saying. Some of these games like take a complete 180, and through commitment to the product that they're putting out and to their fans and just, the gamers at large, want to make an effort to shape this into something that people want. So completely 180ing it, going from you know getting Belgium to completely ban the sale of like microtransactions in games, to having huge player retention is the word I'm looking for. They basically were able to completely turn it around, and through lots of like completely removing the microtransactions from the game. There's still like skins and cosmetics and things like that you can pay for with real money, but you don't have to pay to play as certain champions. You can play as all of them right out the gate. They've also had completely reworked the progression system in the game, making it very less pay to win. They've put out lots and lots of 2 years worth of free content drops, like maps, modes, weapons, things of the such. And they've also released a celebration edition, which essentially includes the base game and literally all cosmetic unlockables in the entire game. And they released this around the time of when Star Wars Episode 9 was coming out. So along with all the cosmetic unlockables in the game, you also got a ton of tie-in content with the new movie that was coming out, because Disney likes to do that cross promotion, baby. The mouse, he thinking ahead. Got into the game on PlayStation 4 right around when the pandemic was starting. I bought this Celebration Edition on my PS4. I've since played a bunch on PC as well, because Epic Games was giving it away for free. I don't remember why. It might have been part of their summer games thing. I don't know. But also now, if you have Game Pass, folks, you also get EA Play for free as a tie-in. So for those out there who have Game Pass, definitely take a moment to jump back into Star Wars Battlefront 2, because you get that with it. I highly recommend it. It's a ton of fun. Lucas, that includes you. You should totally hop in and we should shoot up some Ewoks sometime.
Oh my God, Tom, you're giving me like you've given me so many like gaming must plays in the last like week. I can't keep up. Elden Ring is dropping later this month, and I don't know how I'm gonna have time to play all these games.
It's low commitment, it's low stakes. We can just jump in, have some fun, shoot up some droids for old time's sake. We can stream it. We can content.
Tom, I'll
that
tell
shit.
you what. I'll tell you what. I will play whatever online multiplayer game your heart desires when we finish the Halo Combat Evolved campaign. That's my rule.
That's a very fair rule. I can't deny that that's a fair rule by any means.
Put my gaming PC to use, Tom.
I mean, I'm trying to, but yeah, we gotta branch out for Madden now that football season's over.
Tom, you still have to beat me on Madden. Please.
I've beat you before. Don't even trip,
like,
dog.
I could count on my hand. You wouldn't even take all my fingers.
I mean, you're not wrong, but you know, that's okay. We'll fix that someday, folks. We'll get better. If you ever want to play me in Madden, I'll totally kick your ass. At midget underscore eater underscore 79 on PlayStation Network.
Oh my goodness.
Come play Madden with me, folks. And together we'll get me good enough to beat Lucas.
I will gladly watch those matches if that happens. Yeah, so I wanted to just discuss the state of Red Dead Redemption 2 online. Since when that game released back in 2018, there was not a whole lot to do. And unfortunately in 2022, there was a like a story, like an online story you complete with, yourself or friends, but it was only like 9 missions long. And then that was kind of like it. Like you could do other stuff. Obviously you can like hunt or fish or just shoot lawmen. Yeah, like you could, but like in terms of like actually accomplishing something or like making money to then buy other things, there wasn't many options. And now 3.5 years later, still kind of the same deal. They have added like roles which function kind of as like jobs, and that you can like make money by performing them, but they cost like in-game currency to do. Yeah, so
what do you like, sell pelts to make money to start a mission to then gain money?
No, it's worse. So there's regular money, right, which you can just like acquire from like looting bodies or
selling pelts,
selling stuff, right? But then there's gold bars, which is kind of like their microtransaction.
Yeah, Rockstar,
which you can earn.
Rockstar money.
You can earn, a tenth of a gold bar, like fractions
of a Rockstar coin.
Yeah, and you need 15 gold bars in order to like participate in these. In order to like play this game.
How do you earn the gold bars in game?
In game, the only way to do it is to complete, like if you were to complete like a daily challenge or like a story mission or something, you would get a 100th, not 100th, that's a little low, but 10th. Like a 10th, or like you get like 0.08 like gold bars. So like eventually it'll add up to 1, but you got to get to 15 in order to like participate. Or you could just spend like whatever it is, like the $10-20 to just buy gold bars and then do it that way.
And the missions cost money, cost gold bars to start?
No, so like the story missions you can just do, but these like roles, if you want to have a role, which is like a job, which is like basically something to do online,
okay,
that costs like the 15 gold bars. And the way that works is you can either be, so the 3 categories are, you can be a trader, you can be a collector, or you can be a bounty hunter. And the trader is essentially like enhanced hunting. So you would like hunt something and then like sell the pelts and shit. Right, that part is fun because Red Dead, honestly, like the hunting is pretty good. Like I enjoyed that in the story mode.
Mm-hmm.
But then the way to actually like cash in on all your hard work is just like filling up your wang with all this shit and then just like taking it across the map for like 20 minutes. It's like super lame. So that part sucks. And then the collector is even worse.
The bounty hunter easily sounds like the best one.
Of course. And that is the like least profitable method.
You're killing people. What do you mean?
No. So but here's the thing, Tom. The bodies, right? And you haven't played Red Dead. In the story mode, like if you kill a bandit or something and you loot his body, he's gonna have like a couple bucks on him, right?
Yeah,
maybe
that
like
makes
250.
sense. Of course.
And if you like kill 10 people, that's like 25 bucks. All right. That's not a ton, but that's not a small amount. But the bodies in Red Dead Online have like 7 cents, like pennies at a time. So like you could clear a whole hideout of like gang members and have like $3. And like ammo will cost like 50 cents. So you could actually lose money shooting all these people, and then like they don't give you anything in terms of like valuables.
Are you killing actual players or are you killing NPCs?
No. It's like NPCs.
Never mind.
Yeah. Well, there is a quote unquote bounty system where like if you do a bunch of heinous shit, like then other people will try to kill you. But again, you're not getting like a ton of money for it. Like the way it'll work, like if someone like griefs you, like they'll be marked on your map and then you can like go kill them. But it's like this endless loop of you guys just like killing each other. And it's like, again, like I'm not doing like this is not progress at all. Like this is kind of wasting my time. So that's how that works. But like the actual bounty missions, if you have that role, like they'll actually give you more money. Like it's not a set amount that you get. Depending on how long it takes, you get a more or less money. But they actually make it so that if you take longer to bring this guy in, you get more money, which seems ass backwards.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
so it's like literally, yeah, the most profitable method is to like go get this guy, go to like the sheriff's office, but like not quite, and then just like go on your phone for 20 minutes.
All right.
And then like drop the guy off.
That just seems really dumb. And this was essentially it was like you could do these 9 story missions and then one of these and then pay.
Well, no, they didn't even have that at the beginning. It was just the story mission. This update is like from a couple months ago.
What?
These roles were not like in the base game. Like they had to add these in an update to try to like keep people playing, which is like the main issue with Red Dead is not it's like the game itself. It's more so that like GTA 5 is bringing in so much money for Rockstar that like that's their primary focus. And then Red Dead's kind of like, oh, we'll like add stuff every once in a while, but like nothing's going to be major. You know, that's unfortunate because, you know, Red Dead is the better game and has like the better graphics and like all the potential's there, but it's just not being worked on to the same extent. Whereas GTA is just getting updates like all the time. Like the worst part of Red Dead Online is like the economy doesn't make any sense because you can like have things that cost like $1,000 as opposed to like a gun might be like $100, but like in order to increase like the amount of ammo you can carry, you can buy a pouch that's like 1,000. And it just doesn't make any sense.
That makes like literally no sense. So this is clearly one that hasn't gotten any better, folks. So like the moral, the moral of the story is don't be playing Red Dead 2 online. It's a waste of time and money.
It could be really, really fun.
Yeah.
And it's just not like the money system is like awful. It's like it definitely like encourages like just microtransactions because like everything can be purchased with cash or gold bars, except for like the rolls, which is like you actually have to have the 15 bars.
Well, that's a
like,
shame.
Participate.
Well, that's a shame too, because the first one had online, right?
I would assume.
I thought it did, and I could be totally wrong, but I really thought the first one had it, and I thought it was very well received. I guess that was also more so around the time of GTA 4, not the multi friggin' $1 million cow that GTA 5 is.
They
Oh my
make billions a year off of off of
GTA.
GTA Online alone.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So much money.
It's insane. Like I don't know how that. I mean, it's GTA. It's fun. But I've played GTA 5, but I've never like really played GTA 5. So I'm on the outside of that one pretty much. But if we're going along with games that are in the category of those that have not gotten any worse, I mean, any better,
Any
excuse me.
better?
And I kind of love this one because I was rooting for the competition when this was coming out. Battlefield 2042.
Mm.
Oh man, this game. Star Wars was bad, but at least Star Wars was able to rebound. This game is just not doing well, folks. This game is not doing well. This game came out with a plethora of issues upon release, just like server issues, major like UI issues, and like not showing scoreboard, not being able to look at a scoreboard during a game or after a game. Huge issues with do you know what gun bloom is?
I don't.
Picture me. I'm aiming in a sight, right? I'm aiming in a sight right at you. You can see the bullet where it goes. And basically it's there to encourage things like burst firing, like trying to be more precise and accurate instead of just spraying and praying. It's basically like a bullet spray essentially. And I was looking at some gifs, we'll pop some footage in here a little later, and same with another thing I'm gonna bring up after this. But essentially you like shoot, like if the sight is here, the bullets are coming. If the sight is here and here's the guy you're trying to shoot, the bullets are going this way and this way and this way. And you're just watching these people aim on a target, not move their mouse like at all, keep it very steady and shoot pretty methodically. And the bullets are just going all over the place. Another huge issue I saw was this one involved the hovercrafts in the game. See, which the hovercrafts, picture like a boat, like one of those like, little war skiff things with the propellers on the back. Not only are they like indestructible and like absolutely beast, they can also climb buildings and fly. They're supposed to only be used in the water, and it was common enough where the hovercrafts became their mean. And some players were even like, you know what, at this point, keep it in. It's too funny to get rid of. Just keep it in. It goes on and on. They even delayed their own season. Like this was as a couple of months ago, but they delayed their own season 1 drop. They still aren't even in season 1 of that game. So who knows how long that's going to take to get out there. They say they're going to fix the scoreboard issue, but I think they even delayed their update to fix that like literally a month ago. This game, obviously, Battlefield, huge franchise, one of like the pillars of first person shooters. Needless to say, a lot of people were angry. There's a running list of missing features. EA had a company-wide moratorium meeting for this game where they basically declared, hey, this game was a disappointment. It was not done right. And here's an example of what we can use when we think of the mistakes we have done at this company. They had a litany of reasons of why this game has failed. Of course, the pandemic. A big one was the engine that the game runs on. The Frostbite engine had a major update during development, which apparently ate up a lot of development time. People quoted from the company were basically like, oh yeah, it was basically like learning a new engine. And they also partially blamed the competition They literally cited Halo Infinite and Call of Duty, specifically Halo, with their surprise free to play multiplayer launch. They're like, yeah, Halo did really, really good, which, like, they dropped that literally days before we released our game. So we think that made people look even less favorably upon our game, which,
That sounds like a major cop out.
well, literally, there's been a petition and has gotten like over 60,000 signatures for people to just like, they're like, hey, we want our money back. You've caused millions in dollars of damages to your customers.
Did EA and Dice like
They're calling
we
them a
don't have
fraud.
enough time. They take up a lot of the games on this list. If we could like really go into it over the last like
Oh,
decade.
for sure. For sure. I mean,
It's terrible. You can't spell disease without EA.
wow. That was a good one.
That's just a fact. That's not
Yeah.
even a that's just the truth. You can't. It's
Damn
not
straight.
possible.
Damn straight. That is not going to get better anytime soon either, folks. I hate to break it to you. If you're one of those people out there that is like really rooting for this game, I think you should move on. Come to the light. Play Halo Infinite.
Well, we'll see what happens with that because there's some news about next week that might reset a lot of people's progress.
Yeah, that's going to piss people off too. Why don't you elaborate?
Well, this is, kind of a rumor, kind of news, but it's been reported as of next week, I believe it's the 22nd of February, that all online Halo Infinite ranks are going to be reset because, as the head of 343 Industries stated, it was too easy to progress. So they're going to drop everybody down. I don't know what he's talking about because the only way to progress was to do the like specific challenges, which like I know you're all about. I don't like to do those.
That's different.
That's different.
The competitive, that's just the battle pass. That's just your level. Like your competitive rank is like your rank in like ranked play. So like I'm gold 4 and like halfway through gold 4 and really, really trying to climb. So like all my hours are for naught. I have to run 10 placement matches again.
Hey, maybe it was good that I didn't want to play with you so much. Saved you to that time, but you're going down a minimum of 1 rank. It looks like, according to like these articles that are coming out. It could just be the 1, which again would suck, but wouldn't be like the same as going down to literally the bottom. But it would depend probably. Like the higher up you are, the more they're gonna pull you back.
Halo Infinite has had its own bit of challenges upon its release. The only difference between that and Battlefield is Halo's fun. To be fair, though, those those flying hovercrafts actually look like a ton of fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. That little clip was pretty entertaining.
They got that in Halo too. They got the Banshees, ghosts.
Those aren't really hovercrafts.
What's the flying one?
No, but I know. Yeah, the I know what you're talking about.
Is that the Banshee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not a hover. That's not a hovercraft.
No, you know what I mean. They both fly.
Hovercraft is not the same as a fully like airborne unit.
In Battlefield 2042, it is.
All right. All right. You're not wrong.
You got another game you looked into? I'm excited to hear more about these like dumpster fires of games. We might need one that like got a little better to brighten the spirits up.
Okay, I can kind of give you a balance here. So I'm sure the infamous launch of Fallout 76 was just a fun time for the internet at large.
Bro, I don't think this one is going to turn out nice, but go ahead.
Oh no, well here's the issue, right? The launch was so bad. They've added, I just want to double check here, 10 updates. Okay, 10 updates in total since it launched at the end of 2018. So the game is better than it was at launch, but like so many people dropped off and were so like pissed due to just the under promise of the game itself, the glitches, the people that pre-ordered like the physical aspects, like the Nuka-Cola Dark bottle that was supposed to be glass but then was plastic, or the Canva bag that ended up just like, I think it was delayed for like 7 months, so they didn't get it.
Was it a drawstring bag too?
It was supposed to be like a high quality like material, and like the picture of it in like the advertisements, and then like people sent in what they actually got, and it was not. Like first it got delayed, and then the actual product itself was not what was like advertised. So despite like the attempted improvements, people were rightfully like so pissed at the beginning within the like first couple months of this game being out. They say the player base is high, but that's mostly because the game is pretty much like free.
Oh, really?
It's free on Game Pass straight up. And like if you want it for, PlayStation or something else, you can get it for like $10 on like eBay or
At least one
like,
person who's in that player base.
yes, the Tim Scalona, who was on the Difficulty in Video Games episode 2 episodes ago, is an avid Fallout and Fallout 76 fan. So I'm interested to hear his thoughts on the game. But yeah, again, they lowered the price of the game itself. People were like fleeing so quickly that they're like, all right, we're going to lower this to get the sales up. And then also the big money thing with online games now that are seasonal, which Fallout 76 falls into that category, is the microtransactions. So that the store where you can buy cosmetics and all that stuff, they're like, oh, if we just sell this game for $10, like they might spend like $20 on cosmetics.
Yeah.
So but yeah, no, the release was like so like comically bad, like one thing after another. Like
Yeah.
for that whole year, it just went wrong.
Wasn't the whole thing like they added NPCs into the game?
Well, yes, initially there were no NPCs at all. It was just you and then whoever else was online with you.
And that was the whole thing. Was the world was incredibly empty because there was
Yes.
nobody playing the game and no other characters in the game other than whoever
Yeah.
was on at the time. Right. Yeah, I don't know. That game, I've never been a Fallout fan, so when I heard all those, nonsensical things, I was like, I don't really care about this one.
Well, what's a game that you were kind of invested in, hoping to be good was?
Oh, well, it's probably the poster child, and I think the one we'll wrap up with because it doesn't get better than this, folks. But the poster child for this kind of game is, of course, a game by the name of No Man's Sky.
This is like one of my favorite gaming stories ever, honestly.
It's really, it's nice to see. But of course, No Man's Sky is the infamous game that I believe, what's the developer of No Man's Sky?
Hello Games.
Hello Games. And the dude's name is what? Sean Murray? Yeah. No Man's Sky, Hello Games, Sean Murphy.
You said two different names there.
Sean Murray.
You just said Murphy, though.
Anyway, this game, it was initially, I believe, when did it come out? 2016, I believe. It was a worldwide release on PlayStation and Microsoft Windows, also for Xbox One. Like, it was supposed to be lauded as this huge, expansive, never-ending planetary exploration game, almost as if it was like an MMO. And the whole idea behind it was there was, quote, 18 quintillion unique procedurally generated planets that you could explore and document, and in the galaxy, and the whole thing was you could interact with everybody else playing it and run into people.
No. Oh, no.
This was what it was like teased as.
Well, yes, but right before the release, Sean Murray tweeted, "Hey, just to be clear, this is not a multiplayer game." And then he followed that up with another tweet that was like, "Because the odds of you running into someone are so slim." And then everyone's like, "Whoa, that's crazy, man." And then like literally within the first 24 hours of release, two like streamers went to the same like planet and like the same place on said planet, and then they're like, oh, we just can't see each other.
You
So that was like,
you could not see, you could not interact, you could
yeah,
not,
there was nothing, there was no multiplayer aspect
no
at all.
multiplayer whatsoever. It was a weird, and this is from someone who pre-ordered the game and was the only game I ever tried to refund on the PlayStation Network.
Mm.
This, it was grindy, it was empty. All the planets low-key looked the same and not good by any means. All you did was like take pictures of the flora and fauna and like harvest things. Like you couldn't set up shop anywhere. You couldn't, you know, there wasn't any quests. Like the story was non-existent, but there is these alien oh, the most frustrating part was there was these alien fucking creatures on every planet, and they all spoke a different language, which the text boxes are just random gibberish symbols and letters, and you gotta figure out how to speak their language on each different planet. And it was so hard to like find the shit you needed to like know what they were saying. So you had no idea what was going on the whole time. You could maybe piece it together if you like really wanted to spend time on one planet out of 18 quintillion. This game was not fun upon release. Really bad. People were pissed off. I'm pretty sure there was a lawsuit for false advertisement.
Yeah, there was.
It was not good upon release. Fast forward, our boy Sean Murray, not Sean Murphy by any means, don't get it twisted. Sean Murray decided to listen to the players, Lucas, and now good things have come about. This game has made a complete 180, similar to Star Wars Battlefront 2, but like a real, one could say almost a 360. There's a lot of cool stuff that was added in. I believe it was called the Next update, No Man's Sky Next, which basically really transformed and revolutionized the game. They've added quite a lot of things you can do in the game. Like they've added underwater planets and environments, which just wasn't a thing you could do. Like a lot of the planets had oceans and waters, and you couldn't do anything with them. They completely added that environment. They basically took the game Subnautica and put it in this game. You can go underwater, explore, do all the same stuff you were doing. They've added base building, which was a huge one. Not only can you build bases in and on any of these planets, you can also build bases underwater, which I thought was pretty cool. And there's so much stuff you can do on the bases. You can set up like different factions and have different aliens run different outposts within your base. You can have portals to different planets and different areas. It seems pretty cool. They added visual updates. I believe the update might have been called Visions, where they just like made everything look way prettier. And they also added a huge new narrative to the game, which basically did like a complete revamp of the story, added like significant lore, gave you like quest dialogue choices, things like that. Not just quest dialogue, actual quests and missions you could do, quest lines, excuse me. And also, the biggest thing they have added is multiplayer. They added they finally delivered on the promises they made, folks. They added multiplayer. I believe it was just 4-player multiplayer where you could do a lot of these quests and do different things with each other. I believe there also was features added in that included up to 16-player events. I think our boy Sean quoted similar to Destiny type raids. They also say that No Man's Sky is not done by a long shot. They're going to keep adding more and more free content updates. Literally, not yesterday, they put a new update in this game called the Sentinel update. I don't actually know what any of the Sentinel update is about, but it looks like it's a ton of mech stuff. Like they put Titanfall in No Man's Sky now. So Lucas, you know what I'm about to say.
I swear to God.
This is also where, Lucas? Where can you download this game?
Oh, that's what you're gonna say? I thought you were
Oh,
gonna say I should play this game.
yeah. Lucas is being cheeky, folks. It comes with Xbox Game
Game
Pass for
Pass.
PC. It's free if you got Game Pass. Lucas, this is a game I would gladly jump into again. I
Oh
also
my
have
God.
it on PlayStation because, like I said, I pre-ordered it and own it.
So that refund didn't work out for you.
No, and I'm pretty sure I get a next gen. I'd imagine I get some sort of next gen bump for this game for free, but I'd rather play it on my PC with you, buddy.
Well, thanks.
But yeah, folks, there's a lot of these games out there, that have started out one way and in some cases gotten to a completely different place, in other cases gotten a lot worse, like RIP Battlefield. You got any honorable mentions you like to toss out there, Lucas?
Honorable mentions. Well, I mean, Fortnite is one
I was also going to say
that
Fortnite.
that
Yeah.
was made for the better.
That game
But
used to be, that game is like, even now it's completely different from when I was playing it back in like summer 2017 or something, or 2018. Yeah. But that game started completely different when it first came out. It was like some weird single player tower defense thing.
literally, like you manage a fort at night. That was what they were supposed to do, and they just kept the name.
Didn't you have to fight zombies?
Something like that, yeah. And then they like ripped off PUBG, and people were like, "Oh, this is like really like sus." And then they're like, "Okay, we're gonna add a bunch of new stuff over the next like couple months and make it like kind of new."
Mm-hmm.
And
They,
now it's whatever it is today.
yeah. Now they got Ariana Grande and Kakashi Sensei shooting each other, shooting Spider-Man with sniper rifles. And that's all a thing you can do in Fortnite. Literally. All of that's real. That's the weird part. Fortnite's definitely a good one to bring up as well. Speaking of Spider-Man, also one that definitely didn't get any better, Marvel's Avengers. I won't get into that because it continues to get worse and worse, but big disappointment on that one.
I'm
Needless to
sorry to hear
say.
that, Thomas. I know you were looking forward to that one.
Oh, dude, it kills me. Like, how do you fuck up the Avengers? You know,
Mm.
it's the biggest thing out there. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for us today, I think.
Really ending on a sour note.
This was a sour topic to pick. I mean,
That's true.
I think to combat it, we should just go play some No Man's Sky or Star Wars Battlefront 2.
We'll see. The night is young over here.
Oh my god, yeah. But yeah, folks, that's about it for us today. Please follow us on Instagram. Please hit us up on YouTube. Just search us up. Super easy. Go on our Instagram. We got a link that'll take you straight to our YouTube and all the other places you can listen to us, like Spotify and Apple Podcasts, even Google Podcasts. And if you're, a really niche fan, we got Pocket Casts out there for all you who check it out on that too. No shade. We love our Pocket Cast listeners. Don't shade our Pocket Cast listeners.
Nobody's shading them. You're implying with no shade. You're implying there's shade.
That's gonna do it for us this week, folks. I'm Tom. He's Lucas. Peace.
Goodbye.